insane, absolutely insane. What's insane? Well, so there's Otter Springs Road right there. Whoa, but that's not where we're going. Oh, look at this. Now watch this drive back in through here. As they say, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I'm filming today for tomorrow's video, right? Like, how crazy is that? Shout out to Freebird if you weren't in the live yesterday. He came over with the Traco and started helping me out because we had, here, look, a tree break and then broke another tree. Let me show you. And then it fell down and there was a big giant tree limb that I'd have to trim up with my little saw. So thankfully he came over with his mini excavator, which we'll be doing some more land clearing later on the other side. We'll get back to clean this up. But what's going on with today's video? As I mentioned in the live, again, this is weird filming for the next day, but the live yesterday, which is 2 days ago from now, I was going to take you to the river to show you that river lot that hopefully one day, maybe, you never know what will happen, but we're going to take you on the journey just so you see what I'm talking about and kind of give you an idea. And I wanted to double check that land some more because actually Freebird went over there yesterday, and yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Are you guys ready? It's going to be cool, man. I'm telling you, you're going to like it. And then actually when the shade comes back here is when I go over here and finish fine-tuning this up. So you go right through the little town of Trenton. The one red light in the whole county, right up here. Chiefland to the left, people, Chiefland to the left. All right, we got about 5 miles to go till we got turn. Here's the gas. The Marathon is where the new hoagie shop's going. Can't wait till it opens. Excited. Guy's got a pretty cool house. Oh, here comes an ambulance. Hopefully you're all right. Wildflowers are definitely coming back. See them on the sides of the road. So we're coming up on what they call Wilcox Curve. This is actually, so as I mentioned before, it's the same exact way that we go to the river when we go to the riverbank. In fact, I'm going to take you to the riverbank. They're actually, I'm not sure whose bright idea it was to go ahead and start building the seawall. They're building a seawall there, and hopefully don't take away our beach area, but we'll take you there and show you. So this is exactly where we get, same way we go to the river every day or every time we go. But yeah, right before Memorial Day weekend, they decided to start construction, and they took up a lot of parking. So you'll see when we get there. Sorry about the dirty windshield. Now we're gonna go down this road a few miles. Up here is gonna be Otter Springs. You can take a left and go to it. And then past that will be Hart Springs and then the campground, so we'll show you. I've done some videos on these before, but as to when and where, I don't know. See the tractor harvesting. It's harvest time. Not sure what he's doing. There's disking something. So there's Otter Springs Road right there. Whoa, sorry about missed it. We just passed Otter Springs a few miles back. Right up here is Hart Springs, but I'm gonna clean that smudge off the windshield. It's bothering me once we get up here. Okie dokie, right up here, taking a left. Again, we're gonna pull over and get that smudge off the window. Somebody's coming up kayaking. So we're gonna pull off right here. Clean that thing. All right, that's a little better. All right, here we go. Again, same way we go to the river every day. I mean, there's still love bug. I couldn't get it all, but it's better than that one piece. All right, right down here, peoples. So we've come up and over this hill before, and right down here where it flattens out, it's been water all the way to the river because this dead ends into the river. So yeah, right past this driveway. Oh, look at the deer right there on the left. Stay over there, deer. Stay over there. Stay over there. All right, good job. So right here to the right is Hart Springs Campground. Now that's where we're going to turn right to go back to the river lots. Right here. Whoa. Turning right there is where we're going to go. But we're going to take you down here to where the river is at. We're going to see what's going on with the construction. Again, I still don't understand why they're starting it the week before. Coming up on where you turn to go into the springs right here. This is where you go into the springs. The hot springs. Right there. The people bought these lots right here and they'll boondock off in there. They'll put the RVs up in there. But all right, here we go. Right up here, we're going to take a right. And that's where the river is at. So when you guys are wondering when I say we're going to the river, this is where we go. But they've come in, dumped a lot of sand. They're evidently going to be building a seawall. So, yeah, we're going to check it out. Yeah, so silly. Like, look at all this parking they've taken up. Wow, that's a lot. So here we go. Here we are. So the guy bought this lot right here for like 40 grand. Put an RV on it. Whoa. All right, let's get out, check it out real quick. So yeah, this is where we go when we go to the river bank. Let me show you guys something really cool. You go down here. Well, we're usually right there where the sun's at, because again, as I mentioned, where you're at in the riverbank and where the sun is at is going to depend, and where the river lot where we're going, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But look at this right here. Want to see something cool? Do you guys notice anything? This guy's over there fishing. Water's clear right now. So the springs come out right there. That's where the springs come out of the springs into the river. What do we got over here? What are those, some otters? Something there. I'm not sure what that is. You can't tell what's popping up there. Interesting. I tell you what, we were here one day and a manatee swam by right there. There is like an otter that we see going back and forth here and there. But ultimately, this is what I was talking about. This is where we come to hang out on the riverbank. And so now I don't want to leave, but we're going to take you over to the lot and show you. As I mentioned, the sun pretty much comes down and sets like that, right? And so when it hits the tree line, that's kind of like when we leave. But ultimately, that's the ideal angle, because obviously if you had over there in the riverbank on that side, when the sun gets there, you're all in the shade. So that's the idea with the lot. That's why we want it where this one is at. I'm still curious as to what is that? Yeah, so again, I'm not sure who decided to call that, but that's a lot of parking gone for this weekend. All right, to the river lot. There's a lot of cool beach right here too. There's a rope swing and a tree jump over here somewhere. All right, right there. Come back out here, bust a left. Wall. Again, those go to the springs right there. Now we're going back. So it might just be about the same exact distance. I haven't done the mileage yet, but obviously we'd go straight to the riverbank that way where we just came from, or if we got the river lot, which you're about to see, we would be turning up here. This is where we would turn. I'll tell you, that glare, windshield's a lot dirtier now that the glare's on this side. All right, so we're gonna keep you guys on all the way through. I might fast forward a little bit, but we'll see. Welcome to Hard Springs. How peaceful it is already. So here's where you come around the corner. Whoa, whoa, bump, bump. There's a swimming pool right there. You turn left, you go into the campground. It's over in there. There's a campground. And the swimming pool. Whoa, whoa. All right, but that's not where we're going. Man, could you imagine? Could you only imagine? Just wait, it gets better. It gets way better. Little baseball field over there. The river's literally right there on the other side, like 20 feet into those woods. But that's not where we're going. All right, look at this. Now watch this drive back in through here. Oh, my bad, the river's not there. Now it's a big cornfield. Local traffic only. Hope to become a local, that's for sure. Now you'll see coming up, there's gonna be no trespassing signs up and down the road because this is like an easement that goes across people's properties. So you're actually on someone else's property. And obviously if you know, the river floods, all this stuff floods in here. Here comes the first turn. You built, I mean, obviously you gotta go wide here. There's a tree right there. There's a gradual turn here, so it should be fine. See no trespassing signs? Yeah, they're all throughout the properties. This is where you're cutting all across the people's properties, I'm pretty sure. On there. We still aren't even there. Driving down the dirt road meditations with Willis. Yeah, see, all that gets flooded in there, depending on how high the river is. There's a white spot in the road. Driveway there. We're getting close, we're getting close. A couple nice houses in here. Like this is the little community I was telling you about. It's probably this corner right here would be tough. Oof. I'm looking at where if I brought the RV down here, because it's a pretty long RV. That'd be the one corner I've seen so far. Look at this gargantuous house. Says it's for sale, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to afford that. Okay, it's coming up. Watch out, squirrel. It's right over in there. So there's a sign right here. All right, and this is, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We made it. So this is what I was looking at. As you see in here, I think the property line is like right in here somewhere. And like you see all this, there's really nothing you could do with any of that. You're not gonna be able to come in and bulldoze this stuff. There's nowhere that you could back the RV in. You know, it's like, and you can't really do much with it. Just walk through here. I'll tell you what, Mr. Bill walked up on a big old cottonmouth up the bridge the other day. Let me back you out a little bit. So this is the property. I'm gonna go over to the riverbank. I'm gonna see it over there. You get a free tire, rim and tire for the property, an old TV. Now, when we get over there, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll walk to the riverbank and see what it's like over here. Watch out, turtle hole. Oh, spider web. Oh. Oh. So yeah, so all this is just, like here's a high spot over here. Oh, something just jumped in the water. Right, gator. Okay, see there's some orange tape right there. So there's some more orange tape down there. So I'm guessing it's gonna be, there's a lot there. See the orange right in there? A lot down there. Then there's more right here. So I think, see the one down there in the river? So I'm thinking it's gonna go from like right there. Oh, that was a big old sturgeon, did you hear it? And it's gonna go to right over here, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, see the stake? So that's really not ideal. Now, what is ideal, come right over here, people. Now maybe this is the property line over here, but look right here. Look at this. Look how fun it would be to clean up all this property right here. Look at this structure. You're gonna see the structure here in a second. But like this is something that would be totally game on. Now, also on the property appraisers, the line comes like right here, like right by this tree. I don't know exactly where it goes, but look at this. Look, can you imagine mowing meditations right here? If you look over there, I'll show you, there's an RV over there. But yeah, walk down to the riverbank. I clean all this stuff up. Man, look at this. Look how fun this would be. Look right down here at the river. Like I clean up all this dead stuff out of the water. Look at that. And look, that's exactly where the sun will be going down. It's a nice place over there. Nice sandy bottom down there. Like, maybe that post is where the corner of the property is, I'm not sure. But yeah, wow. How cool would it be? Look at all this. All right, let's go check out this house. Abandoned river house. Let's come through here. But look at this. If this was your backyard, look, and it's even Tubetown colors, it's red. So that's like a porch. That's a porch sticking out. Then there's a mobile home behind it. Obviously, it's all got to go. It's all trash. Let's walk over here. Walking through the woods, walking through the woods. Let's see the riverbank. I didn't look over here to see what the bank was like. That's nice. Oh, look. The turtle hole. Something. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all the sand right there. Oh, sturgeon over there. Look at all that sand right there. It's a nice bank. Then you got the tree here for fish. Oh my goodness. Oh, something's right over there. If I sit here and wait long enough, you'll see a sturgeon jump, man. They're 5, 6, 7 foot long. Huge. You hear them. You keep hearing them smash the water. But yeah, so this is what I thought was for sale, and unfortunately it's not. Let's go back up here. Because like I said, look at it. How cool would it be? I'd be here every day cleaning. Now, obviously, well, there's a pole knocked out right there. Let's see. Now remember I talked about the structure built for floods? It's all concrete. Well, there is some wood had to come out. But there's that mower I was telling you about. Look at that old guy. Let's walk down here. Let's explore down here. Definitely smells vintage. There's a bathroom and a shower, so evidently there's septic. And the sink. Here's the bedroom. Yeah, all this would have to just be ripped out. And it'd just be the concrete shell, obviously. That's if I could convince the lady to sell it to me. Let's come down here. See, like, look at this, like, perfect little lot over here. Old little trailer, we refurbished that. But like, here's a little rental lot, I'm guessing. But look, all this, all that would look like all that. And then I get all that cleaned up. Then obviously all of that would have to be torn down. These porches, like all of it had to be just ripped out of here. Oh, there's a big old sturgeon again. Let's see if we can see one jump up. But you know, there's a lot of work, obviously. But work don't scare me. He keeps jumping up over there. Imagine sitting on your porch right here and just looking out. And all this is nice and trimmed. Man. Here, let's go to the front. I'll show you the front. So, oh, look, here's another room over here. Wow. But so, like I mentioned before, this would all be cleaned up. Everything would get cleaned up. And this is where I could back the RV in. I could clean up this driveway, and you see where it goes right down there to the truck. I could get the RV in set up right there. And then just work on that. Right? How cool would that be? Let's walk back up here one more time and just get another, whoa, you guys' head's loose. Get just another visual. Whoa, that little spider web. Wow. Another quick visual. Imagine if you're sitting out here drinking coffee and just looking at the river. I only got a little cleanup to do, but sick. Yeah, that'd be a lot of work, but man, I'd take every bit of it. So there you have it. Now you know what I was excited about. A lot of work, which is, like I said, doesn't bother me. A lot of danger, doesn't bother me. Whoa, we'd obviously have to take out that big old Widowmaker, but that doesn't bother me. Oh man, what a journey that would be. Now, once I get to become a big enough YouTuber and I have the money, we're gonna do it. Look at this tree, man. Look at this tree. Wow. As they say, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? It comes with an inflatable raft. And a dock that ended up here when it flooded from somewhere down the river. Yeah, that's actually somebody's dock. They ended up in here because it flooded. Obviously, this will all go underwater when the river floods, but you get the dock too. But that is just not usable. See, down there is the rest of the block. Looks like that's for sale too, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford that. All right, back to Trenton.